Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6 over 5, minus 2 or minus 10 over 5, common denominator. Minus 6 minus 10 is minus 16 over 5. That means that the coordinates of A are, or rather A is equal to minus 16 over 5. To get the coordinates of B, we're going to do the same thing into PQ. We're going to say that Y, or rather B, is equal to negative 2 over 5 multiplied by negative 2, which is our X value, plus 3 which is going to give us positive 4 over 5 plus 3 or plus 15 over 5, which is going to give us 4 plus 15 is 19 over 5. I don't need to simplify that. If you want to, you can. So A is equal to negative 16 over 5 and B is equal to positive 19 over 5. I then asked you for the coordinates of M. The coordinates of M is the midpoint of PR. So it's going to be given by x2 plus x1. So that's going to be negative 2 plus negative 2 over 2 and a y value of B plus A over 2, or 19 over 5 minus plus negative 16 over 5, which becomes minus 16 over 5, all over 2, which is going to be given by negative 2 and 19 over 5 minus 16 over 5 is going to give me 3 over 5 divided by 2, which is the same as 3 over 10. So my coordinates of M are going to be an x value of negative 2, and we can see that it's going to have an x value of negative 2 because it's in line with the line x is negative 2. X coordinate of negative 2, y coordinate of 3 over 10. The last thing I asked you for was, is QM a height of the triangle? Now, in order for QM to be a height of this triangle, it would mean that QM is perpendicular to PR. If they are perpendicular, it means that the gradient of the one multiplied by the gradient of the other is equal to negative 1. The gradient of QM is going to be given as y2 minus y1, which is 1 minus 3 over 10, or 10 over 10, which is 1 minus 3 over 10, over x2 minus x1, which is going to be 5, minus minus 2, which is 5, plus 2, 7. 10 minus 3 is 7 over 10 divided by 7 over 1, or rather multiplied by 1 over 7. 7's cancel. That gives us a gradient of 1 over 10. That means that the gradient of QM is equal to 1 over 10. Now let us look at the gradient. Let's just write this in here. That's 1 over 10. Now let us look at the gradient of PR. The gradient of PR is going to be y2 minus y1, y2 minus y1, b minus a, or 19 over 5 minus minus 16 over 5, which is plus 16 over 5, divided by the gradient, divided by x2 minus x1, which is going to be negative 2 multiplied, negative 2 minus minus 2, which is negative 2 plus 2, which is 0. Look at this. We've got an undefined gradient. Our gradient of RP, or our gradient of PR, is undefined because that line is perpendicular to the x-axis. So in order for this line QM to be perpendicular to PR, it would mean that QM is perpendicular not only to PR but also perpendicular to the y-axis, which means that the y value of M would have to equal the y value of Q. But the y value of M and the y value of Q are not equal to each other, which means that QM is not a height. QM is not a height of triangle. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial. We will go through more examples in the final analytical geometry tutorial titled Advanced Cumulative. The next tutorial we will be working with is titled Circles. It is applicable only to grade 12 learners. However, if you are in grade 11 and you have mastered the tutorials thus far, you are welcome to go on ahead with that. Look forward to seeing you in the next tutorial.